But for the channel, there was one announcement today. That's very relevant to this channel. Let me bring it up on screen. There is a new trailer for it, just gone up on Sega's YouTube an hour ago. I think display capture should make it work. This probably isn't a surprise, and I'm kind of glad it's not a full remake. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. Now, there are good things in this trailer, and there are some exceptionally worrying things. I don't want this to be like, you know, too clickbaity, too, you know, it's the end of RGG. But there is something in this trailer that makes me very, very upset. And it's something I've been upset about for a while. I think it's something that a lot of people have been upset for a while with. And I was hoping RGG would cut their bullshit, and they haven't. So let's watch the trailer. This also has, as you will hear, something very cool. I'll go through like we'll watch the trailer once, and then we'll go through what I like about this, what I don't like about this, because there's one thing in particular that I really do not like about this trailer. Like, I think it's gonna sour the game a lot. So, Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. You know this video game. Hopefully you'll see it properly still. There you go. Also, Bubble. I'm getting fucking muted, I just realized.
Yakuza 0 comes to Nintendo Switch 2.
This is a good thing. The 0 coming to the Switch is a good thing. I think we all expect it after Kiwami. That's Yongye. We'll talk after.
The Awakening Dragon, Kazuma Kiryu. The Caged Dog, Goro Majima. Witness the beginning of two legends bound by fate.
Sure, why not?
But Dojima gave a direct order to the three of us as his lieutenants.
Good luck whoever's voicing Crusade, by the way.
And we're gonna get it for him by any means necessary.
He doesn't sound too bad. He'll never like match up to the original, but he doesn't sound too bad.
And a young woman gets caught in the crossfire of the criminal underworld.
Actor sounds pretty good as well. Too bad.
If getting back into the family meant killing someone, could you do it?
I kind of like that.
Turns out that girl there is my mark.
Now featuring.
And I think Matt Mercer is like Zero Majima's gonna go really hard.
All new scenes exclusively.
Did you see it? We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Created for the director's cut.
That's clearly ending scenes, by the way, because you got Kiryu and
Japan's
Nishiki in a car.
economic bubble. Money, beauty, and violence rule these turbulent times. Switch between combat styles as you take on the world. But don't forget to take a break and indulge in what the city has to offer.
Also, Yuki's voiced as well, so they've actually got voice acting in like the mini games as well, which is kind of nice.
And for the first time in the series, cooperative online battles. Team up with players from around the world to raid the Red Light District's hordes of punks. For newcomers and fans alike, the story that started it all is now on Nintendo Switch 2. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut.
So, let's talk. 0 coming to the Switch, good thing. I think this is the thing that we expected before Kiwami. And honestly, having 0 on Switch 2, where it will run ideally at a better like frame rate and resolution than Kiwami did on Switch 1, good. Because, you know, your people will have like an actual, like, full-on 60 FPS Yakuza 0 experience like you did back on PS4. Fantastic. I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. Things that I like about this. 1, they're not full remaking the game. 0 doesn't need a remake. I've said this time and time again. 0 doesn't need a remake. It's damn near perfect as it is. And this is literally just Yakuza 0 on Switch 2. Fucking A. That's the good stuff. That's the very good stuff. Love that. Like, they don't need to reinvent the wheel. They don't need to put 0 in the Dragon Engine. I think this is the best way around it. I think, you know, it's the 10th anniversary of Yakuza 0 this year. I think this is a good way to do it. I think this is very good. English dub. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I will say, and this isn't a slight against Yongye, but I will say this. The one good thing that came out of the Like a Dragon Prime show was the English dub. Alex Lee did a phenomenal job as Kiryu, and I was really hoping. I was really hoping. That's my one thing about that. I will say again, I think Young-Ye will do a better job, you know, when he's like, you know, in the role a bit longer, etc. I think Matt Mercer as like Zero Majima is also going to do a phenomenal job as well. So I think that this is going to be good. Again, good luck to whoever's voicing Kuze. He sounded pretty good in the trailer there, but like, good luck. Like, everyone's going to be comparing you to the original, who is like, you know, he's himself. Like, you can't exactly compare to that. Like, you're not gonna earn the same plaudits, and people are gonna unfairly, you know, be like, this isn't my Kuze, etc. But again, for accessibility, for people getting into the series that can't, you know, stick with text for a long time, an English dub is fantastic. There should also be a Chinese dub. I don't know if they've confirmed that or not, but with recent RGG stuff, it wouldn't surprise me. Dubs are good for accessibility. If you don't want to have the dub, there will be the Japanese voice angle. Like, again, like, you don't have to listen to it if you don't want to, but it's there for accessibility, and I think it is a good thing. I genuinely do. I think it's one of these things that can help propel the series forward, and I'm glad that they are at least, you know, having it as a major selling point for this director's cut. Like, I think you need, like, you know, I think with Zero, like, it's such a complete game that you don't need a mass amount of, like, new things to be able to, like, actually sell it. I think stuff like that is important. I think stuff like that is very, very good for, you know, like, giving, like, more of an audience for this, because everyone's heard, you know, if somehow you don't own Yakuza 0, everyone's heard how good this game is. Everyone and their mother keeps going, you gotta play this. This is like the best Yakuza. Having a dub is gonna help more people play it. Like, I genuinely think it's a good thing. So, I'm very happy with that. So, I said earlier, there are things that worry me. You are probably thinking it's this, the Red Light Raid, the multiplayer thing.
In the series, cooperative online battles.
Cooperative online battles. Let's have a look here, right? This is pretty
and for
cool.
the first time in the series.
You probably think this is the thing that I'm worried about. Actually, it's not. I think this is kind of neat. I'm not gonna lie. So, you have a character select of literally almost every character in the game. This is the kind of side stuff that RGG adds to their games that isn't gonna hurt anyone and isn't gonna hurt the game itself. I think this is a good bit of fun. Like, obviously, we don't know how it's going to play, how it's going to be. I love the fact that you get to pick some of the smaller characters that are, like, you know, part-time players. Fucking Dead Puncher's in there. Ginger Chapman's in there. The sons of bitches that ruin our speedruns. Like, it's going to be fun to play as them. Yanada's in here. Yo, rise up, Yanada Day 1 gang. We in there? Sorry, sickness taking over again. Like, I think this is a good bit of fun. Like, this is one of those things where it's kind of like, you know, what would happen if RGG, you know, if RGG did do a multiplayer game? And look, you can level characters up. There is a level up thing. They all have different, like, move lists. Some characters are probably going to be kind of light on the moves compared to some of the more, you know, well-known characters. I'm assuming the crowns are for full maxed out characters, because, like, obviously there's only, like, one crown on this Kiryu and one crown on this Majima, and, like, all the lieutenants, for example. Yeah, this is definitely Kameki down here. There's absolute Kameki down here. Tachibana, I know he joins you for some fights, but, yo, Tachibana, let's go. let's go. Is Lao Gui on this list? Because if Lao Gui isn't on this list, he'll be an unlockable as well. Like, he'll be one of those. But you've got some... I'll be honest, like, I remember Akira from the Colosseum. I don't remember half of these guys from the Colosseum. Who's this guy? Who's this bait-ass, the scarecrow-ass motherfucker down here? Who's this guy? I don't remember this guy. Like, they're picking the bottom of the barrel for some of these characters, and I'm okay with that. Like, it's a good bit of fun.
Cooperative online battles.
They have a couple of, like, different challenge missions that go up in, like, difficulty, like, from obviously the set pieces in the game. It's one of those things that, you know,
Team up with players.
it's not going to take away from the game itself. It's just going to be a good bit of fun, you know? It's just going to be a good
around
bit of fun.
the world to raid the red light district's
I kind
hordes
of like
of
the idea.
punks.
Like, you've got, like, on the right hand side, you can see you've got like a number of, like, enemies that you have to beat, and you're earning the money, and it's getting you time back every time you, like, defeat an enemy. Like, he's going through the door invisible. I picked one hell of a time to pause there. But, like, I like this. I think this is neat. I think this is something that's not going to cost, like, you know, a hell of a lot to add to the game. It's going to be, like, a new thing. It's kind of like a trial for RGG to see, you know, what multiplayer is going to be like, etc. I don't think it's a bad thing. I really don't. I think this is fine. I wonder what will happen with heat moves. I'm assuming that the heat move will go off, and then everyone else just carries on at their own pace. And yeah, I kind of like they're only the characters from Zero as well, instead of shoehorning in, you know, a bunch of, like, you know, characters from future games and stuff like that. So I actually genuinely think this is going to be fun. But the rest of the game is absolutely Yakuza alike.
The story that started it all is now on Nintendo Switch 2.
So what's my problem with this? Because I have a big problem with this. Now, this is going to be spoilers, but it's in the trailer, so that's why we're going to discuss it. This was brought to my attention with the Japanese trailer when it came out a couple of hours ago. And I was very upset to see this. So, one of the selling points of this is new cutscenes. So, let's get to the point.
If getting back into the family meant killing someone,
I do actually like this angle.
Turns out that girl there is my mark.
These are all our old cutscenes.
I had to learn that one the hard way.
So, watch this.
Guess I owe you, huh?
All
Who could this possibly be? This is the ending. This is highly likely the ending. A guy in a green coat all wrapped up in bandages.
new scenes.
This is even more obvious. This is Billiken in a hospital. RGG are retconning the deaths of Billiken and Lee. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I am not happy about that in the slightest. I've said this since the days of LAD quite a lot, but definitely before that. Modern day RGG has a problem. Modern day RGG refuses to let characters stay dead. I've said this a lot. Obviously, like the bartenders in 7 and Infinite Wealth, modern day RGG will not let characters stay dead. For some reason, every character has to come back to life. If there is a Kiwami free, you just know Mine's going to survive, because Ricardson survived. I don't understand why, because Lee and Billiken and their sacrifices really help push Majima's character along in this game. Like, they really help shape him as a character and who he is. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And like, you can absolutely say, you know, that's old man yelling at cloud syndrome. But like, I think one of the strengths of Yakuza 0 is its story, and especially its story of kind of like sacrifice. And having these two important characters that sacrifice themselves during Majima's part to show him a path forward, and then you just bring them back. Don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. Like, I really do not like that. I think modern day RGG has a giant fucking problem with just letting characters stay dead. Like, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Like, I do not like this one bit. That's why I believe that this is when Lee.
Guess
because
I owe
like
you, huh?
again, who else is gonna like? The trouble is, I don't know when this is gonna be in the story. This is Ponytail Majima. This is Ponytail Majima in Kamurocho, because this is near street on the right hand side. So I don't know when this is in the story. I assume this is when Majima goes to Kamurocho to find Makoto. This has to be Lee. Like, the cuff here definitely looks like, you know, the same kind of outfit that Billiken is wearing like a second ago that we saw. But like who else is going to be in a green puffer jacket, face all covered in bandages because they were in a fucking car explosion, in a wheelchair? Like,
new scenes.
this is just more obvious. Okay, it's not actually the same outfit, but like it's more than likely going to be Billiken or someone similar. But it's like, man, this is just direct confirmation. This is absolutely Billiken in a hospital. Like, it could be pre-death. It could be pre-death. You never know. You never know. Like, maybe we're wrong. Maybe the timeline is different and it's actually pre-death. Like, there is a small possibility of that. But the whole, you know, Billiken being in hospital after he got shot, you know? I don't like this. Like, either way, like, no matter like where it is. If this is RGG bringing back Billiken and Wendley, I'll happily take the L on this and be all like, you know, yeah, I was wrong. Like, I'll happily be all I was wrong, and I'm genuinely hoping that I am wrong. Like, I desperately do not want the RGG to bring them back, because their sacrifices are so important in this game for management as a character. Like, I do not like this. I do not like this whatsoever. Like, I really, really hope I am wrong. I really hope that this is not them, you know, bringing them back to life, because I do not think that's a good thing. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's because VA with new scenes because his old VA is semi-retired. True. God, imagine if they keep Nishtani alive as well. That would suck. That would very suck. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not happy if they are, you know, keeping them. If they are keeping them alive, I'm not happy about that. I'm like really, really, really unhappy if that is the case. Like, I can't see any. I can't, like, he's hooked up to some kind of like oxygen machine on the right hand side. You can see it. Like, I just I don't like this. I don't like the implications of this. This is a thing that I've had an issue with RGG for a long time. In just, it feels like they can't tell a story and then keep that story. Why does everybody have to have either come back to life or have a redemption arc? Like, you can keep people dead. You can keep people as pieces of shit. Like, you don't need to do redemption arcs or back from the deads for everybody. Like, it cheapens it. I think that's, like, someone on my Discord earlier said a very poignant thing, and I think it is very, very on the nose, of just, this is the problem with modern day Marvel. Like, modern day Marvel pulls this shit a lot, and people stop caring. Because, you know, yeah, it's comic book shenanigans, blah, blah, blah. But it's like with Dragon Ball. If you can keep bringing people back to life with the Dragon Balls, what does death mean? Like, you know? Like, if you keep bringing characters back to life in this series, who the fuck's dead? Like, who believes people are dead? I keep joking that Hamazaki is alive because we never saw a body. At this point, RGG are going to reveal Hamazaki is actually alive. Like, when we eventually get the Yakuza 4 Kiwami, the man's just going to be strutting around Kamurocho at the end of the game in the post-credit scene. Like, there is one added scene, I don't know if it's like at the start of this one that doesn't look too bad.
Guess I owe you.
It's not this one.
All new scenes exclusively.
This one. I've seen some people wondering who this guy is. This guy, I believe, yeah, he's the guy in the car. He's the loan shark guy. Like, this guy was kind of dropped unceremoniously, like, during Yakuza 0 of just, you know, hey, he gave Kiryu that, like, kind of, you know, job to do, and it all turned a bit sour. There was Kuze, etc. So Kiryu, like, then turning up and seeing this guy. I'm okay with this. I think this is fine. I think this is actually genuinely fine, because this closes, like, this little plot thread up a little bit nicer, which I'm okay with. But stop bringing characters back from the dead. Jesus. Stop bringing it back from the dead. Keep people dead, thanks. Jesus. The shot was really someone saving Sagura from his assassins. God, imagine. Oh, God, imagine. I'm just, like, it's just frustrating. Like, I don't mind, again, like, an extra, like, I don't know if this is an extra conversation between Kiryu and Kuze. This is definitely after, like, post-fight, but, and, like, the post-fight one in the original isn't a CG cutscene, whereas this one looks like it is. I'm okay with them adding more to, like, stuff like that, although I kind of really like the way that fight ends, and the conversation after it, because, like, you get that natural respect from, like, Kiryu to Kuze and Kuze to Kiryu at that point. Like, they finally, after all the fights they've had in the game, kind of have that, like, almost reconciliation and just respect for one another. So I kind of don't want that to be, like, messed around with. I don't like, why is Billiken alive? Why is Billiken alive?
The hard way. Guess I owe you, huh?
I don't like it when they mess around with stuff like this. Like, I just, like, there's very obviously as well a scene with Kira Nishiki
exclusively created for the director's cut.
Because, like, look, Kiryu Kiryu's in his suit. Like, Kiryu's in his suit. This is post-ending. I'm okay with this. Like, you know, there are these two idiots. It'd be nice to get more scenes with these two, you know? Like, I'm okay with that. But retconning people's deaths, I'm not okay with that. Like, I really don't like that direction. And RGG have been doing it way too much. Like, so that's the big thing that I'm kind of annoyed about. We don't know whether, you know, whether or not that is actually, you know, Billiken alive after the fact or Lee alive after the fact, even though it very much looks like they are. So again, if I'm wrong about this in the future, and this is, you know, genuinely like recorded footage, you can absolutely call me out, like, you know, call me stupid, you can absolutely call me completely wrong. I'd be very happy to be proven wrong. I'd be completely happy to be proven wrong. But I'm very afraid of this. This is fine. Scenes like this are fine. Retconning important characters' deaths that push characters' development in this game, I'm not okay with that. Like, you want to add stuff? Add in a fight against Sagawa, like, in Majima's finale. Do stuff like that. But retconning people's deaths? Don't do that. Don't do that. Jesus Christ, don't do that. Also, with the English dub, I got one thing that I would like, and I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Have Nishiki voiced by Kaiji Tang. Just have Nishiki voiced by Kaiji Tang. Do it like the Japanese dub. Have it go full circle. Have it go full goddamn circle. Kaiji Tang would do a great job as Nishiki. This picture summarizes exactly how I feel about Yakuza 0 Director's Cut. It's like, there are some things in here that I actually really like the look of, and then just that 2-scene shot of Lee and Billiken is just enough to spiral me. Like, ugh. I hope I'm wrong. I really, really hope I'm wrong. I desperately want to be wrong. Like, this feels cheap. I don't like this. I don't like this whatsoever. It is what it is, chat. It is what it is. What will be, will be. I think it is still a very good thing that Zero's coming out on Switch 2. I'm never going to complain about that. Again, more audience. I've always said I think the Yakuza series can do well on the Switch. I think that Zero will do very well on the Switch too. I think having a dub is good. I think it's going to be more accessible for a lot of people. Again, I'm not against the whole multiplayer mode either. I actually think that's a cool bit of fun, to be honest. Like a lot of these characters aren't going to have, you know, that much of like a big, deep move set. But you better give Dead Punch his massive hyper armor that he uses against us in the speedrun. Like, it's just going to be fun to, you know, people get to play as Kuze, you know, it's just a little bit of fun, you know? It's not meant to be something super serious. It's just a bit of fun. Like adding stuff like this is okay. Like, genuinely adding stuff like this is actually genuinely okay. So, but, yeah, I don't know. Like, new scenes... The new scenes I worry about, because, like, I'm not trying to say Zero is a perfect story, because there's a lot of stories, especially in Yakuza games, that retroactively you could go back to and fix a lot of the issues with. Like, tying up loose ends, like the guy from the Lone Shark from the car with Kiryu that you saw him go and grab there. I think that's good. But retconning characters, like actions, or retconning characters' deaths that are important in the actual game itself, I'm not happy about that. Like, I'm just not. So, I really hope I'm wrong. I'm praying I'm wrong. But I think modern day RGG, I think this is a conversation for another time. I think modern day RGG has a problem in that they're going very Marvel-esque, and I agree with that comment on my Discord, that they're going very Marvel-esque. Like, I don't like this kind of direction that, you know, everyone has to be alive or people can get redemption arcs. Like, not everybody needs that. Like, I don't know. I'm not too happy. I hope I'm wrong. I hope everyone in the comments can just, you know, turn around in the future and go, haha, you were completely wrong, because I'll be there 2 thumbs up being, hell yeah, I was wrong. I'm happy about that. But just looking at this now, I am concerned. Just a little concerned. The multiplayer stuff, I think, actually looks really sick. I actually am looking forward to, like, trying this. I'm actually really looking forward to trying this. I think this is going to be good fun. But yeah, no, there's like everybody is here, like, and you can level people up as well, which is kind of cool. But like, literally everybody is here. This guy is the guy you hit with the bike pipe. So you know when you come out of, just before you get the introduction to Kiryu's business minigame, that's the guy we shoot with. We used to hit with a bike and now shoot with a shotgun. This is, I can't remember his name exactly. He's also in the fight at the end of chapter 7, I think. The one where you get the knife heat action, grab the dude, or not grab the dude, do the knife heat action, stab the dude's hand on the wall, and then he's one of the other enemies in that fight as well. He turns up like twice, so. On Supple Street, yeah. So yeah, he's that guy. A couple of these characters are definitely from like the actual Colosseum itself as well. And there are like surprises. That's definitely Kamaki. I think Lao Gui will be one of these, considering Lao Gui is not in the list of characters up here. And like he's like one of the only major missing characters in this list. So I wonder if they're not showing him in this trailer, because there's the Chinese version of Lao Gui and then there's the rest of the world version of Lao Gui. I wonder what they're going to do about that. I genuinely wonder what they're going to do about that. There should also be a Chinese dub as well, which is kind of cool. Again, IGG like spreading out. Like I think that's respectable. I think that's very good. But like I feel for anyone in the English dub like voicing the three lieutenants, because you're gonna get unfairly, you know, it's kind of like when Matt Mercer was, you know, first unveiled as Majima. It's kind of like, you know, you're gonna get the unfair comparisons to, you know, Kuze's own voice. Like, you know, people are gonna be all like, "Ah, this isn't my Kuze. He's not as good as the original." He's not the original. Like, and he's not going for the original either. Like, I don't think they should go for being the original either. Like, good luck to them. good luck to them. That's all I'll say. So yeah. You've got the Akira Yamaoka-esque character in here as well. I'm looking forward to this. I think this is going to be good fun. Like, we'll see what it's like. It's kind of like Elden Ring Night Rain in just you know, hey, this is completely different. It's, you know, it's us trying a little bit of fun. It's not going to be, you know, it's ideas for potential future games, for future mini games. If this does well here, we could have in like Project Century or the next mainline LAD another, you know, multiplayer like thing like this, you know, just something a little bit of fun. Like, they've been doing this for a while. Guidance Colosseum, obviously, you know, all the different like playable characters there. It's like that, like, but this time it's online multiplayer. Like, I don't think this is a bad thing. What I do think is a bad thing is me being sick still. I'm still sick. I hate it. Help me. I hate April.